Hi everyone, today I wanted to go over a scissors, paper, rock, or rock, paper, scissors as they call it in some parts of the world. So before I do that, I wanted to explain to you random module. So we need to import this. So import random. We can test that it's working by, let's just say we have a dice or a die. So let's do roll and assign it to random dot, and we're going to use the method random int, and we're going to do a stop at number 1 and finish at 6. So let's run that and let's see what our outcome is. Oh, we didn't print, so let's print that. Let's print a roll. So we got a 2. Let's do that one more time. And we got a 6. So let's just see how many different outcomes we can get. Let's do a loop for I in range 6. So 6 rolls, I believe. We'll copy this one, get a number, and can you please print that roll? So let's see what happens. 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's run that again. So we're getting random numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Run it again. So great. So it's working. So now what we want to do is, with that logic, go ahead and build our rock, paper, scissors code. So let's delete that. So I'm going to write this code from a very, very basic way of doing it. So first, let's import random. So we need to write import random. Now we need to do, we need to get the user's gesture, user's hand. We'll call it hand this time. So what I want it to print is this statement, rock, print 1, paper is 2, so the user will answer 1, 2, and 3, or scissors 3. So let's just print it out and see how it looks. Great. Rock 1, paper 2, and scissors 3. Great. So I don't actually just want to print that. I want to be able to get the user's input. So let's get rid of print. And this time let's do an input. And we'll run that. Great. So let's type 1. Great. So it's doing nothing because we haven't coded anything. One problem though is, currently, when we do an input, user hand is currently taking in a string. So let's confirm that by doing type. And let's pass through user hand. And let's just confirm that this is actually a string. So it's classed str. So we want to actually cast that into an integer. So I'll put that within int function. And let's run that again to make sure it is now an integer, which indeed it is. So that's good. Next, we want to specify which hand, which one's rock, which one's paper, which one is scissors. So let's just say hand underscore 1 is rock, and hand underscore 2 is paper. And then we'll say hand free is, let's just make this consistent, scissors. Great. Now we'll do an if statement. So we'll say if hand 1, which is rock, so if hand 1, hand underscore 1 is equal to 1, so meaning if the person picks 1, we will print on a new line, you chose, and instead of writing rock again, what we'll do is we'll just take it from the variable hand underscore 1, and let's just see if that works. So I'm going to put 1 as my entry, and it didn't print. Okay, so I made an error here. If it's not if it's hand 1, if user hand 1, so here, if they type 1, print rock. So let's just make sure that works. 1, you chose rock, great. So let's clear this. So let's copy this, and we'll print it 3 times. And what we'll do is we'll change if to elif, and instead of 1, I'm going to do 2, and then we'll change that to 2, and then elif again is equal to 3. We'll change that to 3. So let's run this and see, make sure 2 is working. Chose paper, that's correct. Run it one more time, and we'll do 3 and scissors. Great. So let's clear that. And now let's code the computer's hand. So this time we're going to need to get the computer's entry. So to do that, we need to do we need to get the computer's choice. So we'll say computer hand is equal to, now we'll use the rand int and it's going to be 1 to 3, so it could be 1, 2, or 3. And let's just print, making to see what the computer's hand is. So print computer hand. So let's go ahead and run that. So I'm going to choose 2, and then computer chose 1. Right, so that's working. Let's run that one more time. Let's just make sure it picks another hand. So I'll pick, this time I'll pick 2, and it also chose 1. Is it always the same? Let's just make sure it isn't. And I'll choose 3, computer chose 2. Great. So let's delete that. So what we need to do now is pretty much the same thing as up here, but we just need to change it to the computer. So we'll change it to computer. Great. And then that should still work. So let's see what happens now. We'll run this. So I am going to choose 1. You chose rock, you chose paper, so we need to change this to computer. So I'm going to pick free. Computer chose rock. Great. So now the basic logic is working. Now we need to just code who wins. So how we do that is we're going to do another if statement down here. If user hand is equal to computer hand, then that is a draw. So we'll say print / on a new line draw. And do elif. So we need to systematically go through all the possible options. I'll skip ahead. So here's the code. If user hand is equal to computer hand, then it's a draw. If user hand is equal to 1 and computer hand is equal to 3, then you win, rock crushes scissor, and so on and so forth. So here's the logic for the entire code. So let's start playing. So I'm going to pick paper, so paper which is 2. You chose paper, computer chose rock, you win, paper covers rock. Great, let's run that again, let's make sure it works. I'm going to choose scissors, so 3. You win. You chose scissors, computer chooses paper, you win, scissors cuts paper, so that's great. Okay, so it's the next day, and I just wanted to show you how we can actually improve our code or write it a bit more succinctly. So you'll notice here I've got a whole lot of ifs and elif statements. What we can actually do is nest this. So we'll leave this one alone. If the user hand is equal to computer hand, we print draw. What we can actually do is we can put this on we can nest this one, and we can say if user hand is equal to 1 or rock, and if computer hand is equal to 3, which I believe is scissors, then we can print rock crushes scissors. And what we can do is we can say else, and we can actually put in the lose statement. We can take this one. So we have if user hand is equal to scissors, and if computer hand is equal to rock, you win, rock crushes scissors, else computer wins, paper covers rock. So they're the 3 only options. And the next one is if user hand is equal to 2, which is paper, and if computer hand is equal to 1, we'll print this statement, and then we'll do I'm missing a colon here, and then we can do else, and we can move scissors cuts paper. You can put that here, and we'll move the print statement, and then the last one is if user hand is equal to scissors, which is number 3, and if computer hand is equal to 2, oh, 1 second, what did I delete? It's equal to 3. If computer hand is equal to 2, put a colon here, then we can print this. Scissors cuts rock, and then we can do the final scissors. Which one have I done? I've done one. I've done one here, one here, one here, and I need to do an else here, else, and I can delete this and print. So let's see if that works out. So who am I? I want to do rock. You chose rock, computer chose scissors. You win, rock crushes scissors. That's great. So let's run this code one more time. Let me clear this out. I'll pick paper this time. You chose paper, computer chose scissors. Computer wins, scissors cuts paper. That's working great. So you can see how we can actually nest if statements, and it's a little bit more succinct. So now I want to improve this code one more time, and I want to allow the player to be able to play more than one game without us having to keep rerunning the code. So first thing we need to do is we'll do another variable here, and we'll call this continue game, and we'll set that to true, and we'll have a tally, and we'll set that to 0, and we'll count how many games they play. So we need to actually put in a while loop. So while continue game is equal to continue. Oh, I need to actually put this while loop after I've declared the variable. While continue game is equal to true. And what we actually need to do is indent all this, because it's going to be within the while loop. Oh, Control T. Great. And we need to say, so all this is fine, we can keep all this. And we want to increment the tally after we choose our hand. So we'll say tally increases by 1, which is plus equals 1. Looks good. What's wrong with this? And then we want to, down here, we want to say play again. And we'll make another variable, play again. Equals, we'll do an input. And what will we put in the input? We'll put play again dash we'll do y or n. So y for yes, n for no. And we'll do a question mark. And then we'll say if play underscore play again is equal to lowercase n, so we need to make this a variable, lowercase n, sorry, not a variable, a string, continue game will be set to false. And then at the end of that, we'll print you played, we'll get a tally many times. So let's run this. Oh, 1 second. So I just need to remove this indentation and then move this here. Save that. Let's clear this out because I think it will work now. Start. Okay, so let's pick one. You chose rock, computer chose rock, draw, computer wins. Computer wins, paper covers rock. Why is that playing? It's letting me play again. So where is this playing? Okay, so there must have been another indentation. Somehow I must have deleted this. Yep, so that needed to be here. And I need to return this to an elif. That should work now. Let's just clear this out. No. Okay, let's clear this out. And let's run the code. 2. You chose paper, computer chose paper, draw, play again, yes. Run. Let's run that again. 2. You chose paper, that's a draw, yes. Okay, so our loop is wrong. 1 second. Okay, so the error of that is this whole statement here. This whole bit here actually needs to be included in the while loop. Okay, let's run that. So 2, you chose paper, computer chose rock. You win, paper covers rock. That's true, yes. Let's play again. Play again. Rock, paper, scissors. I'll pick scissors this time. You chose scissors, computer chose scissors, draw. Play again, no. So yes, I played too many times. Great. So the final enhancement that I would like to do is just to do a little bit of error checking and just to make sure that the player inserts a valid number. So what we need to do is, after we get the number from the user, we actually need to put a while loop and say while user hand is less than 1, or user hand is greater than 3, we'll print on a new line, please enter a valid number, 1, 2, or 3. And what we'll do is we will ask it again, ask for the user hand. If they enter an invalid number, right here. Great, so let's see if that works. Let's clear all this. We'll run this. So let's enter an invalid number, 0. Please enter a valid number. Let's see what happens if we do F. Okay, that fails, but that's fine. We didn't code for that. We actually need so let's run this again. And so 4, error 5, error 9, 8, 9. Great, so it's only allowing us play if we enter a valid number 1, 2, or 3. So that is it. Thank you.